Right, welcome back. Last time, we didn't really do much on the geopolitical front or the military front or anything outside of expanding this army to become quite a bit larger. So I've now got two 30k stacks as well as fixing up the navy, so that's 30 transports. So I can handle the quantity of troops that I have moving about. We did manage to get an heir, but she's not exactly the greatest. I could disinherit. Maybe I should wait until I'm closer to 100 though. Prestige. I also managed to get dispassionate peasantry, so that doesn't double the minimum peasant freedom, but it does increase it by 15 from 20, so now it's 35. And I've already got minimum peasant freedom everywhere anyway, so yeah, peasant freedom is now 35 pretty much everywhere. Also slightly increases base welfare and makes it so that the nobility aren't quite as capable of earning as much money. So they get far fewer feudal dues, specifically from the peasantry, which is excellent. Because I figure most of their feudal dues come from peasant property. No. A good portion of those dues come from that, so that reduction should be helpful. I've also just unlocked the Imperialism Casus Belli, and most of the truces have run out, so with the latest, well, I am simply waiting for the latest revolts to happen. Might be a good idea to go ahead and prepare for when after they do occur. And probably the best direction to go would be after the Mamluks. After all, aggressive expansion is merely 25 with them, so it shouldn't be that much of a big deal to start conquering the Nile. Of course, I will be grabbing claims first and foremost, or claims and provinces adjacent to those claims, so I have not had much time to actually get those claims, so yeah. With Imperialism, though, it's going to be a lot easier. Oh, and I'm also working on building up the capital infrastructure inside of the capital province. It's already level 2, and I've invested enough to bring it to level 5. With that, it should be way easier to bring autonomy down across the realm. And through that, weaken the power of the nobles. Which may make it possible for me to even further reduce their power via reforms. Especially now that I've passed most of the reforms and removed all of the privileges, so why not? You know, start using the loyalty to reduce their power. After all, that's something I can do. I just don't know, I don't quite know what the effects of a level 5 capital are. I can try and figure out where exactly Great Zhao has their capital at. Yeah, okay. Jiuxun? No. Ah. Sutsu. They only have level 3, which does a global CE reduction of 18%. Wow, that's actually pretty good. I figure there may be other provinces with capital infrastructure. Yeah, this one has level 2. Surprise me. No. Isn't anything up here? Interesting. Well, I expect the most powerful country in the world to have a lot of investment into capital infrastructure, but I guess I'll have the most capital infrastructure out of anyone in the world pretty soon. I'm sure Paris's capital infrastructure has decayed since. Why wouldn't it? Right, just gotta wait for this revolt. Then I can go ahead and do my thing. Ah, that's almost certainly enough. That's okay. Getting them to remove cores would be too much. But I can ask for a few ducats. And I just lost control of multiple wastelands. Yeah. But I gained control of this one. Or at least map color. And that's what's important, right? A nice, amazing looking map color. Core everything. Finally set a native policy. Let's do it. Repression. And I can start colonizing these provinces. Desert provinces. Might even take control of the Sahara itself. That would be rather convenient. Now the main stretch is moving as well, which is nice. I probably should send you over to here just in case. You could use a few repairs. Just dock here. No, there. Keep forgetting that this province also has a port in the Straits of Otranto, so... Okay. First, time to grab tech. Right. Scientific journals. Allows another idea group. I'm going to skip permanent navy for the moment. Just for the moment. Line infantry. Siege ability plus 5%. Mill tactics plus 0.25. Combat width plus 3. Infantry fire plus 0.25. And unlocks new infantry. Let's go with platoon fire musketeers. Right, I've been planning this for a while. Culture ideas. I definitely should not purchase so much so that I'm not able to afford this. But I don't think it's going to be that expensive. 223. It's going to cost me about 15. It's going to be less than 1600, that's for sure. So I'll have enough diplo points to make it close. Leisurely pursuits. With great responsibility comes great entitlement to its benefits. It is only by appreciating the joys of life that leaders can understand how to properly bring them to their subjects. Base diversions plus 1, stability increase interval minus 10%. Prestigious court. Establishing a court worth talking about in another court is no trifling matter, when competitors often have the resources of entire states at their disposal. It is often, then, the anticipation of future fashions that separate a court seen as decadent from that seen as extravagant. Yearly prestige plus 0.5, leaders without upkeep plus 1, leader cost minus 20%. Patronage of the arts. Being a patron is not simply a matter of charity or even self-aggrandizement. There is a certain expectation that a leader will provide for the great minds of the time so that they may express themselves without needing to waste time on unartistic endeavors such as begging. Yearly legitimacy plus 0.2. Academic endowments. Education is not simply utilitarian. It is something to be had for its own sake, and to be given generous grants as a demonstration of our leaders' generosity. Academic district cost minus 10%, cultural conversion cost minus 10%. Well, cultural conversion resistance minus 10%. Multilingualism. Most of the upper classes tend to be at least fluent in the dialect of the capital and of their homeland, but the genuinely cosmopolitan of them also learn the languages of the classics and of the great powers. Diplomatic reputation plus 1, max parochial cultures plus 1, and a free administrative policy. Learned administration. There are many benefits to an educated administration. Aside from those obvious ones like numeracy and literacy, Education also broadens the mind to an extent which makes conceiving of and executing new ideas that much easier. Possible advisors +1, idea cost -10%. Open minds. There comes a point in one's exposure to and subsequent understanding of foreign experience that one begins to, if not expect the unexpected, then certainly not be surprised by it. Simply put, it is difficult to be outraged when you yourself have become familiar with so many formerly outrageous things. Female advisor chance +35%, institution embracement cost -20%, maximum tolerance of heathens +1. As a finisher bonus, cost of advisors with ruler's culture -50%. And oh, let's actually put this mission to good use. Settler chance +5%, global settler increase +10. Since I'm actually colonizing provinces, it's a good idea to do that. Right, and with all those cost reductions from new ideas, I can go ahead and grab permanent navy. For slightly cheaper. Naval force limit +5%, naval engagement with +5%, trade range +80, naval morale +0.5. Right. Currency Act. Looks like I don't have anything better to do. Drop the Vassal Integration Act and replace it with a culturalization program. There we go. That's about as much as I can do to bring down cultural conversion resistance. Not sure what the next idea group should be though. Probably going to be professional army ideas though. Right. Oh, and the internal politics. Stuff should expire in the 18th. Okay. There we go. Right. Did I remember to do... Oops, I forgot to do the burghers and the clergy last time. Okay. Is that value actually accurate? Yes, okay. It's no longer oscillating for no reason. Good. Okay. Right, bring their loyalty up because I plan on doing a couple things that they're not going to enjoy. Even with the Regency, my legitimacy is actually increasing. We're the aristocratic faction. And reorganize the military to a bureaucratic administration, which improves movement speed, land attrition, reduces land attrition, well, increases movement speed, manpower recovery speed, and the resting point of army professionalism, and also reduces land attrition. Excellent. There is one more buff to those that I can manage, and that will also unlock general conscription, which further improves army professionalism and also increases the amount of manpower I get. Right. And finally, these... Okay, so global trade is actually spreading. I'm honestly surprised. Huh. Did someone else embrace it? Okay, so somehow global trade is spreading to me. Who's embraced global trade so far, though? God, cannot be anyone other than Spain, because they're the only ones that have obtained the provinces. Unless I am somehow inventing it. Center of trade, and different traders trading with a different trade center. Embrace global trade. Okay. Because relations are good enough. I mean, so long as I don't go to war with Spain, I'll go ahead and obtain it. Which is annoying because I kind of want to go to war with Spain. Maybe I can just target Austria instead. Probably not this session. But I should also start getting academia. once I have the requirements. I just need to wait. Yeah, that's a good point to stop. So, right. Went to war with the Mamluks. If you can't tell, I've managed to cut the country in half by grabbing pretty much all of their low-diff provinces that I could easily reach. Not all of them, mind you, but quite a few of them. And I'm in the process of coring them, though this will take time, absolutely. I only had claims on 2 provinces anyway, but they happen to be the most dev-heavy, so that did save quite a few admin points. And that's currently the plan. Fabricate claims on the heaviest of provinces that I plan on grabbing, go ahead and grab them in the next war, then wait a long time to allow aggressive expansion to cool down. I'll probably go for this province in order to be able to get claims on these 2, as well as these 2, because this is a very dev-heavy province. Might as well grab it quickly. I could probably grab this province as well in order to speed things up, if I don't feel like fabricating a claim on here. It's more important to get one here, so I can actually fabricate a claim here, because I don't actually have an adjacent province to this, etc. I'm also slowly getting global trade via trade centers. Thing is, the only country that could have possibly accepted it, as far as I know, is Spain. I don't see anyone else own provinces that have to which global trade has managed to spread fully. I was planning on going to war with Spain, but I guess for now that's not a good idea. I guess I'll just wait a while until everything comes along and I can say, okay, right, I don't really need you sitting around there anymore. Right, Livland now owns most of Finland. The rest is either the very northern tip owned by Burgundy, or these parts owned by Sweden. Yeah, that's a bit strange. I might get lucky with Kiev. I mean, for right now, what happens if they die is that a noble of House Artisan, so the dynasty of myself and lineage, will get the throne. However, I did have, yeah, the elusive, male regency, because the heir is only 10 and all that, so yeah, fun times all around. I did, however, upgrade military organization to bureaucratic administration. In order to get to the next rank, I'm going to need a 4th military idea group. Oh well, that's going to be fun. I'm also thinking about going to Gentry as soon as possible. Noble power is going down slightly, despite strategic marriage, so... Oh, great. The unstable loyalty is still around, though. A second there, I thought it was gone, but nope, just needed to click it again and again. Yeah. The capital rank still hasn't been increased. Rank 2 to rank 3 is actually pretty expensive, from what I remember. But yeah, we're slowly getting global trade via trade. And academia is arriving pretty rapidly, at least in the capital. Oh wow, it's actually spread to quite a few places within my country. Yep. Grabbed culture ideas for the acculturalization program, so cultural conversion should happen really quickly now. And in theory, I also have a policy to improve the resting point for army professionalism. For right now, I think I'm not going to touch it because I do kind of need that unrest reduction a bit too much. I'm rather reliant on it, and I still get rebels factions. Pretty hefty ones too. The Mamluks have a lot of unrest despite, well, actually, well, despite having a recent uprising, which is minus 20. I mean, I did lower my stability somewhat, and my legitimacy isn't all that great, so, due to the regency. which is a whopping -2 per year, but wow. Yeah, factional support is at least... Wait, I did just do a bunch that lowers factional support, didn't I? Right. Oh well, I can start avoiding the whole strategic marriage thing in order to allow their power to decay somewhat naturally. Though it's probably not going to be by much. At least I highly doubt it will be. I really don't know how to measure power and how resting point for power works. I would have to deep dive into the code in order to truly figure that one out. It's difficult to tell based on actual changes. I could do administrative reform right now if I really wanted to, but -25 estate loyalty is not a good idea at the moment. It's a terrible idea at the moment. I'd rather not boost elite power from wealth just yet. Maybe some other time, but for right now, no. No one's bothered to siege down Constantinople in ages. Oh yeah, right. Gotta empower local traders. There. That should weaken the influence of foreign merchants. So Ancona's merchants should be gone entirely. Right. Gosh, that's a lot of allies. Right there. Yeah. I've been getting a couple more provinces off of the expedition system, so yeah, more and more of the Arabian and Somali coastline is now mine. It'll keep going for a while, that's for sure. I also obtained another merchant, who I sent to... I did send them to Delhi, but apparently I lost a merchant. Where'd they go? I don't know. It's not all that important right now. Yeah, I've got plenty of manpower, so my manforce limit should be much higher. Yeah, I could sustain another army if I really wanted to. For right now, though, it doesn't seem necessary. Because unless I'm trying to fight against China, and really, there's not much preparing against China you can do. They have 400,000 troops. And I think that's with the low noble. I've seen millions easily. Yeah, their loyalty is around 50. At least over here. And since it's provincial and all that, yeah. Spain now owns this though. Oh yes, and I can fabricate claims on these provinces as I wish. But I don't have any interest there at the moment. Revenue issues aren't a big deal. I finally started using my colonists over here in the Sahara Desert. These two provinces, one of which well, it's not necessary for the mission, but I might as well. And then I can start colonizing these provinces later on. I do believe the ones down here are trade company provinces though, so they won't have. So cultural issues are probably going to end up occurring. At the very least, I do have Masri as an accepted culture, so that should help keep things from being overly annoying. Suez Canal keeps taking longer and longer, but it probably should be complete soon, given I don't get multiple events extending the time by another half a year over and over again. Certainly feels that way sometimes, like that's occurring. Yeah. Colony should be done relatively quickly. It's an average of 28.3 people per year, so... decades, but not forever. So, I mean, I've only established them recently. They've already about a quarter of the way done, so get back to drilling. Yeah. But I've gone on long enough. Seems like Poland's almost dead, yeah. Anyway, I'll see you again next time. Until then.